Mga kaibigan, welcome to In My Toolbox, a weekly talk show for your personal finance only here at PHLV Radio. The goal of this show, mga kaibigan, is to give you financial information that you may be able to use on your day-to-day financial decisions. Of course, mga kaibigan, we will unbox topics that hopefully will be able to aid you and guide you and maybe even add to your financial tools. So we will tackle important information mostly not taught in school. But of course, this is so much needed to empower you financially. Again, mga kaibigan, as usual, in any idea that will transpire in this show, always consult with your financial advisors, insurance professionals, tax consultants. Okay, so again, my name is Enrico. I'm your host. I'm a sales, marketing, and trainer, an economist, an entrepreneur, and a financial professional as well. So mga kaibigan, if you have questions, ask them away on the chat box below, or if you will be listening to this show on this later time, please feel free to connect with me through Facebook page In My Toolbox, or connect with me via Instagram or LinkedIn, or simply Google my name, Enrico Pobre. I bet you will not miss me. Or of course, just email me at enrico.inmytoolbox@gmail.com. Ayan mga kaibigan, ating mga topic ngayon, ating topic lang ngayon, romantic money moves. Yan na. Ano ba naalala natin pag Valentine's Day, di ba? Siyempre, pag Valentine's Day, this is the time that we're going to give in to love. O, di ba? Well, most people loves to spend Valentine's Day. Very, very few lang siguro people would like to celebrate it. But then again, guys, the topic anyway today is, what are the romantic money moves that we can actually apply during Valentine's Day? Ayan naman. Siyempre, this romantic moves on Valentine's Day is actually a way for you to show your loved ones that you care for them. And of course, it's very fitting because it's a good, probably a good date night for you and your loved ones, Pero syempre, you put it into account about budget. Of course, there's what you call you will need to have a financial connection with that event as well, or you would want to make sure that you partner up with with your accounts, or making a special purchase, and you guys dream big together. All of this stuff, this can all happen during Valentine's Day. So, kayo mga kaibigan, let me ask you this: how do you spend your Valentine's Day? With your loved ones. Siyempre, managing your personal finances may of course not seem to do some romantic activity if we have only little, di ba? But of course, there's always going to be a way naman that you can actually show your sweethearts, your darlings, all right, that you care for them during Valentine's Day. Siyempre, hindi naman lagi it's all about money. But then again, that's the reason why our topic today is about romantic money moves, But don't you know, guys, that you can also celebrate Valentine's Day just being thrifty, you don't have to really spend a lot, So that's what that's one of the things that I would like to share with you. So if there is one occasion that of course plays on your heartstrings and equally on your purse strings, probably this is a good time to also think about what are the other things that we can do without really spending money. These are things between the roses, the assorted chocolates, the gifts that you give them, or you go out there for a restaurant reservation. All of these things, it end up of like what you call sweeping your cards. Sometimes you overspend then, but again, don't have these finances stop you from being romantic. Yun naman, di ba? So that's the reason why this Valentine's Day, let's tackle about, some other things that still considered romantic. It's still something that will have a huge impact to your loved ones, right? So that's the reason why I would want to probably be brainstorming with you. What are the things that you can do with Valentine's Day without really spending money or just little amount of money, So maybe you can go to the beach. Of course, that depends on where you live. Just like us here in Las Vegas, beach is not that, actually it is far from this place. But we have what you call Lake Havasu. Oh, di ba? Pwede naman tayo doon, where you can actually, you guys get my point. You can actually celebrate a very inexpensive Valentine's date. Just going to the beach or a lake somewhere out there. So that's the reason why probably you when you go to these public beaches or lakes is very very romantic in itself. That that of course you will also would want to have privacy, but just pack a picnic hamper or occupy one of those beach shelters or just a table maybe, and enjoy some romantic time without burning a hole in your pocket. You can probably do that. I don't know. If I ask you when was the last time that you actually used the beach or a lake to celebrate Valentine's Day, probably something that you would want to explore as well, right? So and most of these places anyway, they have washrooms, they have showers. It's not that you're going to do something, right? But what I'm trying to say is that it can be neat to do it, in these areas. And if you want to bring your children too, of course, there are places there, that they have children play areas. That's what I'm trying to say. You can have your own play area too. All of these things, it can be a good and joyful and sweet and loving moment between you and your loved ones. Or maybe because we're here in Las Vegas, yes, we can do desert camping or I don't know if you have heard of desert glamping. You can do that, And this is exactly a good spot for us to celebrate Valentine's Day in the desert. So we have spectacular places of desert places here in Las Vegas, And one more thing, it's hot. Diba? It's hot. Iba yung dating, right? But although I know it's cold here in Las Vegas right now, but nonetheless, you guys get what I mean. You can go out there in the desert, have a barbecue, or probably, just make it so romantic that you can bring you can have a table there, and you can actually just bring this pack of I don't know, just the way that you would want to make it happen, but iba lang ang ating what do you call this scenario because it's in the desert, diba? So that's exactly another thing that we can do. While if you can do this early afternoon, maybe you can find birds that flies over, not your bird. Sorry, stop. You didn't hear me say that. Okay, so what I mean here is you can actually look at a desert in a different perspective. Kanina naman, tubig, water, lake, beaches, you look at it in a different perspective. So that's exactly the other thing that you can do as well, that you don't actually spend a lot of money, just by just being creative, right? So another thing maybe that you can do that is not going to be so expensive, maybe you can have long drives with your loved one. Okay, so when was the last time that you actually had a long drive with your loved ones? Okay, so there are very good scenery all over here in Vegas. In fact, you can go to Arizona, you can go east, you can actually go north in Utah, you can go even south to California. Everywhere is actually a good time to have these long drives, So that's the reason why, guys, probably this is something that you would want to do. Just spend the time together, listening to a romantic song, in your Sirius or in your FM radio. Wala na yata yung tape na nilalagay na ganun, o kaya CD, wala na yan. Or maybe just attach your phone using a YouTube. Just make that moment special between you, for you and your loved ones. Siyempre, while you're driving, the scenery changes too, and of course, the weather is different as well, or maybe the from the desert, because you're heading towards California, you would see some trees as well. It's just a way of how to become creative with this free ways on how to celebrate Valentine's Day. Or maybe, if you're what do you call this, health conscious people, you can get physical, meaning you can go for a walk, you can go for a hike, you can have a bike ride, and of course these are all good exercises, of course, and exercises releases endorphins, so because this endorphins, it makes you happy. You get to enjoy each other's company in the great outdoors of Las Vegas, right? So you can be that creative. You want to make sure you stop and take, whenever you do those walks or bicycle, you just want to make sure you stop and take that scenery be part of your moment. Di ba? Siyempre, especially, on sunrises or sunsets, these are romantic times of the day that you would want to be with your loved ones. And of course, I will always tell people, and I bet you will agree as well, guys, that there are some things that money cannot buy. So, or maybe you don't even have to go out. Just a simple dinner at home. Candles and of course, Valentine's go with candles. It goes hand in hand. You try to prepare a romantic dinner at home for your Valentine's Day by cooking a favorite meal of your loved ones, and then while you try to have this dinner, you also, or even during preparation, you would want to play romantic music. Yan naman eh. Yan yung mga galaw yan, So you can play those romantic music, and then you would want to maybe decorate the place with sunflowers. If you can, you can actually do that. So just a simple dinner at home. You sometimes, kasi we overthink. We want to do a lot for our loved ones. There's nothing wrong with that. But of course, when the money is tight, when the pocket is actually start to drain, you won't want to use your being so creative in making usual or maybe some unusual things that can actually give a huge impact, to celebrate Valentine's Day. Or maybe some people just go to the movies or just watch Netflix together. I don't know. Just spending the time together, quality time. That's what Valentine's is for, really. To have a quality time with your loved ones. So maybe you want to prepare in advance for a what do you call this? A movie marathon for the Valentine's Day. Or that what you would want to watch is a movie that your loved one wants to watch with you, So, and then, when you prepare that, probably your living room, you would want to, make it like a feel of a movie theater. See, and then while you're watching, you can actually, maybe share a delicious takeaway, during the time that you're watching a very good film or a great film. And, that Valentine celebration is actually fun, simple, and it's actually intimate as well. The next move is up to you, So light candles too if you want. Scented candles, maybe, cover the table with just a pretty tablecloth. Just put your creativity there and put on some relaxing music. And after dinner, maybe while you're eating, you make some popcorns together. And then now start the movie. Dun-dun-dun, right? So now, of course, if you can't find a common ground, settle on a movie that, for me, what actually my loved one will like, so, and appreciate. So that, the moment will actually be so romantic, Other things too that you can do, maybe you have a board game inside the house. These are things that you maybe have not done for so long that might have an impact during Valentine's Day. Hey, sweetheart, let's play board games on Valentine's Day. Probably some of you are not going to be agreeable to that. But then again, it's again about your creativity and how you can spend your Valentine's together. Again, the main thought of Valentine's Day is to spend time together, a quality time together. So maybe you can do that. You play a what do you call this, a board game because you don't know how to cook. Some people doesn't really know how to cook. While you're playing a board game, you can order takeout during the time. From your loved one's favorite diner. Surprise them with that. Those little things can actually have a huge impact to the relationship, So, and, or if you don't have a board games, maybe you can make up your own games. You know what game I'm trying to talk about. Yon. Oo, ibig sabihin yung saw-saw suka. Yun lang yun. Kayo naman kung ano iniisip nyo alright? So, or maybe what you want to do is to visit Glow Garden. So ibig sabihin, you just have to go out there and just reminisce together down memory lanes, of your lifetime together, or maybe the life that you would want to have in the future kung bago pa lang kayo, right? So again, maybe you have a place that in here in Las Vegas, there's a lot of gardens here that you can actually visit, and then you talk about a lot of things together while you're just walking and enjoying the scenery of a garden. So there's a lot of things really that you can do, guys, that it's only you who's going to limit it. But if you start to become creative, search for other things that you can do in Valentine's Day that has a huge impact to your relationship. Let's do it, guys. Or maybe you want to do a DIY gifts or do it your own gifts, right? So maybe you want to arrange a heart-shaped photo display on a wall for your spouse, and you can include your children too. You put it all together. That's a good one. And then, of course, you would want to look at red color. Medyo, of course, it will resemble Valentine's Day because red is Valentine's Day, right? So you want it to look at it visually appealing as possible. You're creative now and you become visually appealing. That's very good. Now that has a huge impact to the relationship. And again, guys, you're never too old to play games and have fun. And that putting that heart shape of all pictures, it could be fun, and then during the time, you can take turns writing down love notes to each other on small piece of paper. So I remember how I first kissed you on the cheek. Diba? The first time that you said hi to me. So those are the things that you would want to do together when those are just what you call a DIY gifts that you guys can do together. So, and or maybe you can actually just use Google. You look for these romantic poems that you can share together. I don't know. It may not be appealing to some, but those things can be really, really so sweet, right? So, or maybe guys, if you want to celebrate Valentine's Day, some people really would want to celebrate on that same day. Why? Because it's really Valentine's Day on the 14th, but who told you that you could not celebrate before or after Valentine's? Why? The reason why I'm saying that, before or after, it can be cheaper, and second thing, it's less crowd as well, and there are chances that some restaurants, may put the restaurant prices high because it is Valentine's Day. So I remember, a friend of mine said, hey, the best time to buy Christmas decors is after Christmas. Well, that is actually so true. 5-5 right? So that's what's happening. So maybe you can do this in Valentine's as well, And, the thing that I don't like too in huge celebrations like this is you see yourself fighting with the crowd because it's just so many people. And instead of having a good night, because of course the major reason there because we didn't prepare and plan it correctly, but nonetheless, regardless of what the reason is, fighting with the crowd, or it frustrates you. It gets you frustrated. For finding a parking spot, waiting for the line because you have to to wait for people to stand up and in the restaurant, etc. So again, guys, whatever you do, you would want to make sure that, of course, you celebrate it. Number two, you plan ahead, So, again, guys, there are a lot of things that can be romantic, without really spending a lot of money. So, whatever you do, irrespective of no fee or, a lot of fees, I wish you guys to spend Valentine's Day, with your loved ones the way that you actually would like to have that, right? Or naman mga kaibigan, syempre, we were talking about money moves, di ba? Well, some people really would like to celebrate it. Sige, that concerns money, okay? So maybe what you would want to do is, you plan ahead. You want to make sure that you fit a monthly date night into the budget. Okay? So, meaning, kung monthly mo ginagawa yun, or maybe just particular on the Valentine's Day, budgeting your Valentine's Day, right? It may sound like a chore that you've been doing, ever since, but it's one of the best way for couples to celebrate Valentine's Day nicely because you're planning ahead, you're putting the budget together, because you plan ahead that you really would want to spend it, the way that you want it, So I think, guys, that, planning it correctly ahead of time and then you look at your budget and you fit your plan into that budget, I think you will have a great Valentine's Day with your loved ones. Because when you set aside money in your budget and you made it so fun to put it aside because you're expecting, oh, this is going to be how my Valentine's Day is going to look like. I think that the fun of making it happen is a great part of your Valentine's too. So you only not set an expectation that you'll spend quality time with your loved ones, but you can also do this fun while saving money for that occasion. Gaya ng Christmas, remember that we were talking about people spend extra $1,300, $1,400, on top of their budget because it's Christmas. Here naman, it can also happen, but with proper planning, I think we're gonna be good. And of course, you choose some frugal way of date options. Cook a special homemade food that I told you a while ago, and have a movie night inside your house, or maybe opt for a happy hour of cheaper drinks during Valentine's Day. Rather than you go to a full dinner, it's still, you're celebrating it. So those are the things that you would want to do, things that will fit your budget. Or making, just make a financial connection. What it means is that in a relationship, it can be easy to see all the ways that you might disagree about finances, but as a celebration on the day of love, make an intentional connection that you do things agree on. So, for example, guys, so if you think both of you think that going out to eat is a waste of money, so remove it from your budget. Then you can celebrate it. Just a very simple way of celebrating Valentine's Day by finding savings together. So that's what you call money connection. Or maybe, yes, you would want to, you guys would like to cook. That's very good. But you would want to explore cooking more meals together using a mix or affordable recipes, and you do it again with fun. So that's what you call a money connection, or financial connection. You will want to look at the common ground that you both enjoy. So again, it's the relationship that you're building towards Valentine's Day. So another thing is partner up on accounts. As a relationship becomes more serious, the two of you can actually, it just makes sense that part of your individual life will actually merge, especially on your finances. So besides of being so sweet, hugging together, now there are things that can actually be combined together. And as a couple, one of the things that you maybe, can combine together is, to partner up on accounts. So when Valentine's Day comes like this, you can share the expenses, or maybe what you call this, even as simple as having a Netflix account. Maybe, instead of having individual accounts, you can merge those Netflix accounts, right? So verifying that you are each listed on bank, credit card, and utility accounts can also be partnering up on accounts. Make sure you both have necessary passwords as well, because you're sharing those accounts. And this can be an ultimate gift, to your future selves, to prevent financial havoc in emergencies as well. So there are a lot of things that you guys can combine now because you're a couple, and it will do you more good than the bad. So again, maybe you would want to share credit cards for joint expenses and joint rewards, like maybe airplane, your traveling points for this weekend getaway, what have you. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that you can partner up on accounts already. So that's actually a good way of what? Romantic money moves. You see? Hey, honey, can we actually join account already? What? Guys, what I mean by that, right? So yun ibig sabihin ng partnering account. Probably you've not done it before. Maybe this Valentine's Day, that's a move, a romantic move that you would want to do for your loved ones. What? Or maybe shop smart. Couples like you guys, for many couples in Valentine's Day, it can actually become a very pressuring moment of your partner. And syempre, they don't know what to give you, or maybe, they're just pressured of not be able to become so creative. And, bahala na, I'm just gonna get this one. And they're overspending it because they would want to make you happy. Flowers, candies, or jewelry, what have you, But if you're looking to celebrate the holiday with a gift, sige, I'll give you that. Consider maybe going to those non-traditional things that I told you a while ago. Again, desert camping or just as simple as long drives, And as long as you are celebrating Valentine's together. Di ba? Ganun yun. Or maybe as simple as you make a moment between the two of you and dream big together. Oh, alam mo kasi mga kaibigan, it may not be for you, but some other people, they also love it. I just want to be with you. Just hold my hand, sit down on the couch, and let's dream big together, And I think that's one of the most important and romantic money moves that partners can do, So you actually dream big together and use this moment to dream so huge, but now it's you and your partner, So maybe this is another moment that you have not done before. So again, whether this money goes towards a dream vacation or buying a huge house, or maybe if you guys are planning to settle down already and start a family, that's another way of dreaming big together, or maybe, again, we're talking about putting accounts together. Maybe you can save money together. And then for a certain goal that you build together, it's all about you and your loved ones, And this can be a very powerful experience. And when the time comes in the future, you will actually reminisce the moment that you spent together. Oh, we were just thinking about this. Now we have it. See? That's exactly, guys, what we're talking about. This romantic money moves. Money moves are just one way to show your loved ones that you care. So this Valentine's Day, mga kaibigan, make some romantic money moves that can help you strengthen your relationship as a couple and support your vision for the future. It's not just that moment, but can also be part of your future. So again, providing protection from threats is one way to show your loved ones that, you can know how to protect your future. You can actually know how to protect your income and etc. So mga kaibigan, yan lang ating what do you call this? Ang ating romantic money moves naman for this Valentine's Day. And I just hope and pray mga kaibigan that when you celebrate your Valentine's Day, I wish and I pray that you will actually celebrate it with the best that you can. Mga kaibigan, hanggang dito na lang po tayo. Again, my name is Enrico. Pobre! Hanggang sa susunod muli!